This conference will now be recorded.
Hi team. Okay, so this is our first Grow Your Business meeting, and I sent this out in an email, let you guys know that it was coming. I did not remind you on the team page, but today has been a hectic day. I am going to try to get better about reminding you, but please, I am going to be faithfully here every other Monday, doing some type of team training. I really want to be as much help to you as possible. And if you have to catch this on the replay, then you have to. I understand that life is busy and that's just how it's going to be. But I just really hope that this gives our team something to grow with, some tips to help out. Um, People are buying right now. Our sales should be up. We have awesome products, and there's no reason why we can't be doing this. Um, I'm gonna hope to give you some tips. If you guys are on, if you are able to make the meetings, it makes it a little bit easier because you guys can talk to me one-on-one. I'm not just blindly giving you some tips that I use and that I have found successful. You guys see my numbers. I have worked 3 years at this. I have followed the best of the best on tips and tricks. I have learned from my own mistakes, and I just hope that I'm able to help you guys if you're wanting to grow your business to the point that I am. That I hope that you're able to get something from this. If you're not wanting to even get that big, just try to, use some of these tips just to take care of your customers. That's okay too. Whatever you're going for, I hope that I'm able to work with this. This is going to replace where I was doing the team letter and I was trying to give a little, inspirational quote. I was trying to give a little boost, a little tip. I want to try to do it this way. Hopefully we can get some team interaction. And that way I'm not just trying to come up with a short little clip on a newsletter. So tonight I want to stick with some tips that definitely are on my radar and what I do to make my business successful. I know I have tried, if I have talked to you, I probably give you these tips at one point, but we forget them. There are times when I have to go back and I reread books. I will read a post on another business page or another team page. I'm like, oh yeah, I really should be doing that. And it's just one of those reminders that you're like, yeah, I should, maybe I should incorporate that again. And that way I'm getting the best that I can give. So everyone knows that if you have received anything from me, is my number one golden rule, and my most biggest tip is following up with my customers. It doesn't matter if you just hand them a book. It doesn't matter if you just talk to them and then you go on your way. Um, I'm late for meetings. I forget appointments all the time. I forget, oh my gosh, I've needed to order my dog's flea collar for 2 days and I keep forgetting. People forget we're busy. If someone were to call from the flea collar place and say, hey, did you mean to order that? I'd be like, thank you. I have been meaning to order and get his new collar. So sometimes, most of the time, it is welcome to do a follow-up with your customers. Always make sure before you're placing an order, um, to contact everyone that you have given a book to. I contact, with text, I contact with email, I contact with calls. Um, Text and calls, I have to say, are my top two because I get immediate responses. Email can drag a little bit, but there are some that just want to be contacted that way. But I make sure that that is done a little bit more in advance than a call or a text. But I always follow up. The fortune, it's being said all over, the fortune is in the follow up. Because when I call, I'll either get a no, I don't need anything, and that's fine. I'll say, that's great. I'll make sure that you get a new catalog, or I will check with you before my next order goes in, whatever the case may be. I'll contact you when I have a party going on if you want to be a part of that. Um, However you are working your business at that time. So definitely, so if they say no, that's okay. But a lot of times they'll say, yeah, I was meaning to call you and, this is what I need. And boom, there's another order to add to what I'm getting ready to do. And they would have just forgotten. And I know it's hard. You have to get a little organized. I am not the most organized person. I will admit that up front. That is one of the traits or skills that I also struggle with. I try to be organized, as much as possible, but following up with my customers, my main customers, is a big one. I am faithful on that. I do not place an order until I have done that because you never know. I had one more order. I could have had one more order. And, and then you didn't follow up, so everybody forgot. And Lord help that something was on sale or it goes out of stock or anything like that. And then the next time you call and they're going to say, yeah, I really wanted this. I forgot to call you. You're like, oh, it's out of stock now. And if I would have just called them before, I could have got them that product. So that is, I will have to say, that is my biggest tip to give, is to make sure that you consistently follow up on anybody that you have talked to, handed a brochure to, having a party with. If you're doing online parties, which are huge right now, that last call for orders. I'm getting ready to close the party. Last call for orders. That will, in my experience, that I've been doing parties again here um, recently because of the COVID, that is the wake up call. 2 days left of the party. One more day left of the party. Last call for orders. I get the most orders in the last 2 days than I get at any other point in the party, just because people go, oh yeah, I need to order. So it's that follow up. It's that, hey, you're going to miss this opportunity. People appreciate that. They're busy and they forget. They're human. I'm human. You're human. It happens. Um, so let me go through some other ones that I also work through. With Avon, I normally only place one order per campaign. That saves on shipping. That saves on delivery. That gives my customers, if I have a date set up that I'm going to place orders, that gives my customers a way to know she places her order every other Wednesday. I know I need to get my order there. Now, I do my follow-ups, but my customers also know that if they miss it, if I give them a call or whatever, that I won't be placing another order for 2 weeks. I don't do special orders. Our e-stores are open for them to order directly all the time. But if you're doing a party, if you're doing your normal campaign selling, then you should be placing one order per campaign. I have been noticing that my Avon team, if you that's been happening. So I'm super proud of those of you who have figured out to save on shipping, to save on your state of mind, that it is better to place one order per campaign, with the exception of the holidays. I have been known to place an extra order, and I did place an extra order this summer, but it's on very special occasions. This summer, I found that I ran out of Skin So Soft oil, and that's not okay for me not to have that on hand, because I constantly have people calling, and when they want the Skin So Soft to repel the mosquitoes and the ants or whatever, they're getting ready to go on a trip that weekend. They're just tired of being eat up, and they don't want to wait for it to be shipped. So I sell 90% of my Skin So Soft right immediately. So I always keep it on hand. So I did have to place one extra order this summer because I got bombarded and I sold out, and I knew it was not going to be okay for me to be out of Skin So Soft until my next order. So I did do one additional order this summer, just for that. Christmas time, that is a big time too. On occasion, I will do an extra order if I have a large enough order and I'm worried about something selling out. I don't do it for a single person. They can go online and go to my e-store. But if I have a large amount, last year it was the Frozen dolls. They were going, I was really worried about them being sold out, and I had an order big enough just of Frozen dolls to make it worth my while of spending the extra shipping to place one additional order. It's the only time I did it the last holiday season. I don't do it often. I do it sparingly because you're paying that extra shipping fee. So always try to get everything in or have them go to your e-store. So being consistent, having an order date, um, we're flexible. We can order when we want within the campaign. So with that being said, pick a date that works for you and then consistently order on that date so that your customers are well served, and that way, they know that that's when it's going to go in, and then they can reasonably expect when it's going to come back. Shipping has been a little off this year, but definitely it's kind of easing back into a routine. Maybe not where it was, but it's easing back into a routine. So definitely, um, start working that system and ordering once per campaign. So if you have not placed orders before, you're a new rep, that is a big one. The team members that are placing orders, kudos, you're doing amazing at it. But that's just one I have quite a few newbies that haven't placed an order yet, just haven't, it hasn't been the right time. It definitely helps in keeping your sanity. You also make sure that you are adding in shipping and taxes. When we do a bulk order, we still get charged shipping. With Avon, we are, it's called a processing fee. So, take the normal is 75 cents to $2, depending on if the customer is picking up from you or if you're having to drive to the customer. If I have to drive to the customer, in that processing fee, I add $2 because I have, it has to physically be delivered. If they pick up from me, it's $1. It's that way, I'm giving them a discount. If they'll pick up from my house and you're comfortable with that, right now with COVID, I'm doing porch pickup. I am doing where I just hand it out the door. I'm not doing any, come in, look at my display, smell perfumes, try samples in my house. Now I am putting samples in the bags, and of course, working it that way. But right now, with the world as it is, if you're willing to let them pick up and they're willing to do it, have them pick up from your house when you're home. You could be cooking dinner, doing whatever you have to do, and that way they're picking up from you. It is a total choice of which way you want to do. But porch pickup is another option. If it is a customer that you trust, either one, they've prepaid, which is the best case scenario, because I have customers that prepay, and that's what we should be striving for. They prepay when they order. So all I have to do is know that they are on their way. They send me a text, I'm on my way. I put their order out on the front porch in a designated spot, and then they're able to pick up their order. They shoot me a text, got it, and I know that they're on their way. I did not have to stop anything that I'm doing. We did not have to have contact, and I can talk to them on the phone and service them that way. So those are some options and some workarounds that we can do right now with COVID. I know it's changing the way we do things, but that's what we have to do. We have to adapt. We don't quit, we adapt. At least that's what I'm doing, because I want to continue to be successful and to be more successful. So I'm adapting. I'm finding ways to work around it. So also in that processing fee, you think about it, I do the $2, but what it also helps with is it helps with the shipping to you. So if you have 14 people and it had $14 shipping, you've covered your shipping. So then the only thing coming out of your pocket business-wise is possibly a bag. What else do I have here? It covers the cost of your bags, gas if you do like the $2, and just the little extra things that come along with doing the business. Ink, printer paper to print out their invoices. That processing fee covers all of that in one go. So, you don't have to think about, oh, I feel bad about charging that. No, it's the cost of business. And you're able to pass that on to your customers at not a lot. If they order online, they're going to pay $7 shipping. So $2 to pick it up from your house where you have it bagged, and a new brochure, and because I always put a new brochure in with the orders. In fact, I'll talk about that in a minute. And then so you've got it bagged, you've got a new brochure for them, you might have some samples. That $2 processing fee, they are getting so much more than if they were to order online. Now, I am not, bashing online, because they can get the occasional samples online. Avon's doing a great job with us being able to do codes, to where Avon will say, give your customers this code, and on occasion, and they can get a free sample of whatever it is that we're doing at that time. So sometimes they'll do free samples online too. So they cannot, it's not only getting samples with us, but it's getting samples online too. So they can work it both ways. But just don't feel bad about that processing fee, because it really is covering what you're giving to your customers. Let's see. When I was talking about picking a day for your orders. On my books, for my people that order faithfully, I put the order dates on the back. That way it reminds them which days I'm ordering on those books. And yes, I do put the current order date, and because we can order one book behind, I'll put the second order date, and that's their final order date that they can order from that brochure. So I do put both that date, but with one little quirk. I always put the day before I'm actually placing the order. That's something that you can also do with parties or anything like that. If you're actually closing the party out on Saturday, tell them you're closing it out on Friday. Books, parties, all of it works the same. But what that gives you is that person, and there will be that person that will call you at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock that night that you say you're closing and say, oh, do I still have time? Well, if you have told them the day before, absolutely, you have time to still place that order. I can get that for you. Yes, customers love to hear that. Always promise. How does that saying go? You want to tell them Friday, but you're placing it on Saturday. That way, when they come to you at the last minute on Friday night, they can still get their product and they're like thinking you're the best person in the world. So always be thinking that step ahead so that you're always, helping. Even though they don't know you're doing it, you're giving that little extra customer service and giving them the leeway. So that works with parties, that works with brochures. When you've decided to place an order, tell them the day before you've decided to place the order. And that way you have time to get those last minute orders in also. So that is another tip on that. For Avon, you guys always hear me say, and if you're new, you may not have heard this, but we are on a 2-week selling cycle. I recommend picking a date within the first 6 days of the campaign. That way, it puts you to the front of being able to get your order and get things in stock. Now that has changed a little bit. I was placing my order first thing Wednesday morning, which is the start of an Avon calendar. It's Wednesday to Tuesday, 2-week cycle. And I was placing my order on Wednesday. But what I've started doing is placing my order on Thursday, just because Avon has changed a little bit, and they're occasionally giving us additional samples on Thursday. They are giving us bundles to be able to buy and give, either for ourselves or for our customers. Those are coming out on Thursday. I guess they're needing that extra day to get those in. So Thursday has now become my new normal. I've been placing it Thursday night. My order still seems to be coming at the same time with shipping, so it's not changed anything there, but it's giving me that one more day of, oh, they're going to give this special, or oh, they came out with samples of this. I've been wanting to get my customers those samples. So I would do within the first 6 days, but I have started going back to a Thursday order myself, just because of the way Avon has evolved and what they've been doing. I hope that helps and makes sense. Let's see what else I have here. I was going to go back to books. This is an extra one I'm throwing in there. Because my Avon customers don't always order every campaign, and because with me. I don't drive, so they come and pick up from me, to save them some trouble and to make sure that I'm giving them the best customer service I can. I always give them the current brochure that the next order's coming in, and then I give them the brochure following. So the brochure that I'm just getting in, because we order 2 ahead, the brochure that I'm just getting in my package, I stamp that really quick, and the people that have ordered that campaign that I am giving them their orders, they will receive the one I'm getting ready to place this coming following week, and then they will get the following brochure also. I do this because everybody doesn't order every campaign. And it saves them from saying, hey, can I get a new brochure? They don't have to stop by twice. If they order the next time, that's fine. I just remember to, skip a brochure and that they're taken care of. But if they don't, they have the ability to go ahead, look at that next one, and be ready for the campaign that they are ready to order in. Not everybody does that, but some of us do. And that's just one of the little extra things that I think help me get a little bit more orders, because my customers, they have the brochure in their hand. Because, a lot of people don't order every 2 weeks. And you hate to be trying to rush out and get them another brochure because they didn't pick up their order and then order immediately again. And it's just something extra that you can do that helps ease some of the stress. There's a lot of Avon has in the way that I order, Avon has become, I order 1 week, I receive my product the following week, I get it out, and then I'm placing an order the next week. So it's really becoming week, 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 week. So if they don't place an order that fast, they've got the following brochure to be able to place an order once a month. And that's perfectly fine, because your goal is to work and get enough customers that if they're placing if you think about it, any direct selling company, if they're placing an order once a month, you're doing great. That's what you're going for. I mean, yeah, if they place orders every 2 weeks, fantastic. But if they place orders once a month, we're doing good. And if you can get enough customers that they're doing opposite, they're ordering, these customers are ordering this part of the week or this part of the month, and the other ones, that's how mine kind of revolve. If they've ordered this time, I can pretty much guarantee I'm going to need the second batch to be ordering the opposite time. So about once a month is when my customers order. So that's a tip too, is to make sure that they have brochures far enough out to where if they order once a month, they have what they need. If they order every 2 weeks, fantastic. They also have what they need for that. So that is something that I do. I have cut back on the amount of brochures that I order. Simply, I used to do 70 a campaign. I was doing 70 books every 2 weeks, and I was getting those out. But with COVID, we're not being able to drop books as much as we used to. We're not being able to get them out and about as much as we used to. So I have dropped back in the amount of books that I'm giving out, but I am still, I think I'm ordering 20 to 30 every campaign, and I am getting them out. And there's different ways. We're going to talk some different strategies later. This one, I'm just trying to give you a few tips. But I am still ordering books along with working my online store. And people are ordering that way too. No matter how close they live to me, they're still ordering online because they like the convenience. And who knows, it might be a COVID thing again, to where they like knowing it's coming straight from the warehouse to them. Um, some people just like that little extra something in the back of their brain saying, this came directly from them. I didn't have a middleman. A lot don't mind, but some do. So even if they live close to me, they're ordering on my e-store, which is fantastic because all I have to do is send a thank you card or an email or something to acknowledge that they ordered. Hold that thought for a second. We've talked many times that direct sales is a relationship business. It is about relationships. No matter what you're selling, what you're doing, it is about somebody liking you and ordering from you, or they could order from somebody else. There's other people out there selling. No matter what we're selling, there's somebody else out there. So we have to form those relationships. That's why it's important to do that follow-up. You know, when you do that follow-up, you don't have to say, hi, this is Margie with Avon. Do you want to order something this time? I don't do that. I call up, I say, hey, Donna, how's it going? How's your week been? You know, I haven't talked to you in a while, and how you doing? And we'll chit chat for a few minutes, and then I'll say, you know, I just wanted to check. I'm getting ready to place that Avon order. Um, did you need anything? And I don't make it boom about let me sell you something. I talk to my customers. You know, I was just in the middle of a movie. Really? What are you watching? Do you want me to call you back afterwards? Oh, no, no, no. Okay, well, what are you watching? What are you doing? Make the relationships. So you're going to have to, and that helps you also in your sales, get to know what your customers like. Get to know, I know some of my customers, I have two in particular, they only like vanilla. Any other scent will give them migraines. I know that about them. So if I come something that's clean smelling or vanilla, I know that's going to be them. If it's got perfume, or I have other ones that I know, oh, my husband hates anything with flowers, but if it's fruity, you got me. You get to know your customers, and that way you know what they like and what they want. Um, Listen to them. Listening is the hardest thing to do. I have been through training after training after training with Avon, but it works for every company. When you are on a phone call with a customer, and this should work with anybody that you're on a phone call with, you should do 80% listening, 20% talking, because you're going to learn so much more in listening than you are talking. You're not going to convince them that they're going to like that floral scent if they just told you 10 minutes ago that I can't do floral. You're not going to convince them. No matter how much you keep talking, you're not going to convince them. But if you listen, you've got all kinds of tips on what it is that they like and what it is that they need. So listening is the biggest thing in sales that you can do. Listening and picking up on those tips of what your customer likes. My customers, I have in all kinds of varieties. Some like to chit chat, some like to just get off the phone. And I know they're not being rude. They don't want to talk. They don't want to talk. They're busy. And I just accept that. And I know there's others. When I call, I'm probably going to be on the phone a half hour. And you know what? That's okay, because they're my customers and I love them. They're my friends. They're not just people. If I'm lucky enough to get customers that want to talk, I get friends. And you guys, if you've watched me long enough, if you've watched me long enough, excuse me, you wouldn't believe how dry your mouth gets. I'm talking a lot. Hope y'all are doing a lot of listening because I don't have anybody to cut me off. Um, um, One of the things that when I started selling anything that I've done, if I start a passion project, my Avon, you guys may realize that I started a second one just recently, and that's food. And COVID got me to that one because now, food has become a big thing of cooking at home. So I've started a second hustle, and that's fine. But my customers on both sides um, are my friends. I have gained so many um, people to be able to talk to, and that I get the privilege of being a part of their lives, whether it's my team, whether it's you guys, and I get to talk to you. I love hearing the weddings. Love hearing I'm pregnant. I got to hear that recently. um I love hearing, and I go through the sad times too, um the divorces, the deaths. Um, I have the ups and the downs, just like with any friendship. And I go through all of that with you guys, if you let me, my customers, if they let me. And it is an absolute privilege to be able to have that, because who doesn't want to have friends? I mean, it's so nice. So with this relationship business that we're in, take advantage of that, treasure it, and that's going to make people either, maybe follow up with you. I get referrals and they're like, hey, and I love it. I love it when I have somebody call and say, my friend just told me that you're so awesome. I need to be with you for my Avon. And I'm like, oh, that is so awesome. But then there's other people are like, I saw your sign out in the front yard. They don't know me from anybody. They just happen to have the opportunity to find my phone number somewhere. I found your brochure laying in a lobby. Great. Whatever it is, then we can choose whether we're going to have a relationship from that point or not. But that is definitely one thing that makes this business work or not work. You have to have the relationships. A lot of us are in relationship fields. If you are a hairdresser, what are some of the other ones? Hairdressers, the biggest thing, nail techs, anything like that, waitresses. If you're not nice and you don't chit chat with your customers, you're not getting a repeat, and you're sure not getting a tip. So I mean, it's just being nice, guys. Um, so I don't want to go on that too much, but it's just such a big part of what we do. I'm probably squirreling all over the place because I have nobody to keep me in line. So that went on to my next one. See, I went into it and I didn't even have to. I just naturally went into it. We are more than order takers. So just remember that. And then the last one I have here for tonight is be um, be your own testimonial. Um, if we're not using our products, um, then why should they? If it's not good enough for us to use, then why should somebody else use it? When I honestly tell somebody the deodorant's great, I'm saying it because my entire household uses it. You guys see that when I do my videos, I'm buying the products that we use. When I, make my order, it's the same thing as if I was going to the grocery store. I'll make out, does anybody need anything? Do you need deodorant? Do you need soap? Do you need shampoo? Why would I give my money to the box stores when I can buy it from myself with my discount? And the more I sell, the more discount I get. So, I mean, it's just, you have to be able to talk about what you're selling. Um, I have, I get on the bandwagon, I get off the bandwagon. Consistency is another one that I have problems with. I hope all of us work on it. But, right now, social media, um, getting on and talking about what we're using makes a big deal. I can't count the times that I haven't done it in a while. And I will just go on and I'll do like a drawing, because I do a drawing for my customers. Whoever spent, for every $25 spent with me, whether it be online or in person, they get put into a monthly drawing. And then I send them out a bundle of products. We're going to go on to one more subject after this, just because I brought that up. But that's what I do. So, uh, so I was on one of those videos and I was just chit chatting, because I want to make it just about that. And I was chit chatting and I said something about using something. And I had somebody pipe up, just, that happened to be on my live. And they're like, "You're using what?" And, I'll be danged if I didn't make a sale. When I get on and I talk about, and I'm just like, sometimes I'll remember and I'll purposely go on and I'll be like, "Hey y'all, I haven't been on in a while. I've changed up my skincare because we've come out with some new products. And I just thought I would let you know why I made the changes, what it's doing for my skin." And I'll have people go, "Oh, well, I didn't know about that. Maybe I ought to try that." Um, and it's just letting them know what you have and what you're doing. Um, oh my Lord, the new cleaning products that we have with Avon. I absolutely love that they have they don't have bleach, they don't have chemicals, they don't have any of that. And I'm using these products in my house. I've got on with the team and I've told you guys about it, but that's not helping me a dang bit. So I need to go out on Facebook and I need to do more of it, showing them that I'm using these products, because they're fabulous. I love that I'm cleaning with just our orange cleaner, our all-purpose. It's just citric acid and baking soda. Oh my Lord, I'm not leaving bleach behind when I use our cleaning wipes on our counter. So when I put food down on my counter or whatever, there's not bleach and chemicals sitting on my counter from the when I used a cleaning wipe on it. Now it's just natural, not bad for you stuff. So that's the kind of stuff that we need to be getting out to our customers and letting them know that we have fabulous new products that we haven't carried in a long time. We haven't had a home line in a year. And I don't even think it's never involved cleaning products. So this is something that they need to be knowing about. Oh my gosh, right now we are doing like product explosion. And this month, especially with it being our conference time, we're going to be going into all kinds of new products. It's going to be such a blast. I love this time of year because we're getting ready to roll out the holidays. Let's see what kind of fun stuff we're going to have. No matter what company you're with, this is the best time, because you're changing over. You're changing over from summer to fall to winter, and it's such a fun time. But unless we get out there and let our customers know um, that we're using these new products, that they're here, um, they don't have a clue. And if we don't talk them up, they'll thumb through a catalog, but they may not, "Oh, well, it's nothing big. She didn't say anything about it, so it must not be fabulous or anything, or she would have said something to me. If she was using it, surely she would have said something." Um, so it's kind of things like that. Um, that you need to make sure that you're using the product, showing people that you're using the products. It doesn't always have to be salesy. Like I said, I went on there and just happened to say, I've changed up, my skin's changed. We've came out with these new products, and this is what I'm using. Um, and with us not wearing a lot of makeup, we need to be taking care of our skin, um, because now we're showing more skin than we ever have, not going out of the house as often as we used to. It's simple things like that that can make all the difference in a sell. Um, like I said, I'm doing the food thing. If you're friends with me on Facebook, you see me. I'm doing the best I can. I'm getting better at it. But if I cook with those products that's from that company, um, then I'm posting my dinner plate with those products sitting next to it. Because if I don't show people that I'm cooking with these products because I love them, they're going to think, oh, she's just selling me stuff. No, I'm sharing. I'm sharing what I do. We have to get away from the sell and into the share. We have to share what we like, what we're doing, and that's what makes us genuine, and that's what brings people to us. So I'm going to do one last thing just because I brought it up a minute ago. I do my giveaways with my customers. All of us have to stay in the lane that we are in. If you are a brand new representative and you're looking for ideas for thank yous or for giveaways or something like that, start with sample packs. Stay in, if you're, I'm brand new to the other company, so I am all about being a new rep and knowing what it's like to be at the bottom end. I know Avon, I'm up a little bit. I'm not up there with the big ones, but I'm up a little bit higher than the rest of you, and I understand and appreciate that. I understand and appreciate that more now that I am at the low end of my other side gig. So I have had to learn again what it is to stay in my lane. So when I say that, my customers, your customers, if you are new, there's nothing wrong with saying, if you spend $25 or more with me, I will do a monthly giveaway for a deluxe sample pack. That could be 2 or 3 samples, and something, we can throw in something else. I mean, the dollar store is fabulous, but for like little bags, or make it cute. You have to just, the more you dress it up, if you're not shipping it, you dress it up in a little bag, it makes a couple 3 samples look fabulous. And if you can, throw in a lip gloss. Or for my cooking one, I'm going to the dollar store and I'm throwing in a spatula. Stay in there are things that you can do. Avon chapstick, the small hand creams. Oh my gosh, we have so many of the smaller products that could be monthly giveaways. If you wanted to, and then as you grow, you step up. I do an A box or equivalent to, depending on if I'm shipping or if I like the A boxes at the time. But that's my lane. I have other leaders that their lane is like, Rhonda is doing competition. That's our upline. Rhonda's doing a competition where she's giving a full size serum of the Isinox. I'm going to get the wording down. It's brand new to us. Isinox. The new serum that we have with our skincare with the peony extracts. Can't wait. It's coming in my order. But she's giving a full bottle of the serum away for top sellers, and she's going to do a drawing. She's doing that within the team, like I do with you guys. I can't do full size products yet. That's not my lane, but that's her lane. and we appreciate her for that. But you have to pick your lane, and as you grow, it'll get bigger, it'll get better, and you'll be able to do more for your maybe someday your own team, but definitely for your customers. So don't ever feel bad that you're not doing enough, because what you're doing is enough. It is what you can do, and it's from the heart, and that's what matters. So I'm going to close this out with that. I am going to tell you that I'm probably going to go in next Monday and go into a little bit of ideas on ways that we can try to think outside the box. I'm going to work on that the next 2 weeks. Ways to think outside the box, since we can't do what we normally do. I'm going to try to get that going so that I can come up with some new ideas. Let you look around, see what I'm doing. Maybe I haven't shared all of that. And then so that I think next week we're going to concentrate on some ideas on what to do. And then after that, I am seriously thinking about starting one of the books that I've been reading. I have two. I have Success with Scola, and I am actually, I just sent her a message on Facebook to see if she had any more of her book with her to sell, because she gives a fabulous, I got a wristband and and of course my bookmark's not in there. I must have put it in a different book. And she normally gives you a bookmark with your purchase of her book. If she still has some, I'm going to get a link so that if you are interested, you can buy this one. This is for any direct sales. And I think after next week's, I might dive into her book. And you can order it if you like and read ahead and read with me, or you can just work with me and I'll be going with it chapter by chapter and kind of maybe getting us some ideas from, she is one of our top in Avon, but I will tell you, she has other direct sales and she has now moved into real estate, and she has so many ideas that it's just, I mean, she works at, this book works from what we need to know at the basics to working it up. So and I need to do a reread on it because I forget, and I would love to do that. So hers is building direct sales one solid brick at a time. And I am all about step by step, guys. It does not happen overnight. We're going to do this by working it step by step. And she works on the same philosophy, which I love, because it's not always an overnight success. Those are the lottery winners. The other book I am considering is I just noticed that it's going to be free on Kindle soon. As soon as it is free, I'm going to be giving everybody the link so that they can go get it. If they have a Kindle, you can get a free copy. It's by Elizabeth Creighton, and hers is called Knocking on Doors, From Knocking on Doors to Millions. She talks about where she started out, like everybody else, knocking on doors, trying to sell Avon, to where she actually owned the store here local until about a year ago when she decided to go off on speaking events and that kind of thing. I've read her books, I've read part of her book. I need to finish reading it. It is on my Kindle. I have to say I like Lisa's a little bit more, but Elizabeth has a lot of things from other leaders that definitely have lots and lots of good things to say. I think that's why I didn't like her book as much, because Lisa, with this book, it is all about her journey, her ideas, telling you step by step how she did it. Elizabeth is somewhat how she did it, but a lot of references and ideas from other leaders, which at the point I read the book, I had heard from the other leaders. It is an older book, and I think I just got a little, um, I was like, oh, I know that. I've heard that. I've heard that. But you guys may not have. So that's why I want to go back and maybe do her book with you also. So we'll see if hers comes up free. And yeah, I would like to maybe after next week, or maybe if I can figure it out, um, maybe starting with a chapter next week. But I am definitely going to do some searching, and I've already pulled from Rhonda some ideas for business building activities. But I got to see if we have enough for a whole segment, because they've kind of changed a little bit with COVID. But I will definitely come on with some. So, oh my gosh, I've had you on here an hour. That seems to be my thing. If you reached it to the end, kudos. I am so excited. Um, who's to say, if you guys join me on the next training, which will be 2 weeks from today, 7:30 Central Time, I might just do a drawing and get somebody this book. She does have a Kindle version of this one also, which is reasonably priced. So, and if you don't have a Kindle, we'll figure it out. But I'm going to get with her and see if she has some available, because I'd like to get them from her, because I like where she'll sign them, she'll send you a bookmark, and I just like supporting her directly. She's amazing. So we'll work more on that next time, and I'll let you know if I hear anything before then about ordering her book. Because if it's not through her, then we can go through Amazon, because she is on Amazon also. Okay, that's it, guys. I hope that you got something out of this. I hope some of you join me next time. Like I said, maybe we'll do a drawing for one of the books, and then or get the information for the free book. Not completely sure which way we're going yet. We'll see if Elizabeth comes through before our next meeting or not. If she comes through with hers, then we may just do the free version, and then I will do the drawing for a Success with Scola when we hit her book. So I hope that interests you guys, and that this is going to be something that we can start doing, and working our businesses and growing. Thanks for sticking in there with me, guys.